Sweet. All right, guys. What's up? I'm at work right now, but Chris and I had a good idea. So why not just start live streaming? Because him and I have been talking for a good minute. I'm going to add this live stream also on my channel, probably, if that's okay with Chris. And basically, what we're kind of doing is kind of like a Q&A. So I'm going to basically make a statement, and then Chris can ask me questions if he wants. You guys can ask me questions in the comments on Chris's channel or my channel about these things. But I just thought, why not I go ahead and rank every place that I've been to from like A to whatever number. Like A tier to, let's do like A tier to like D tier or something. I don't know how to rank it, but we'll start off with Moonville. Okay? Moonville is an S tier. It's not an A, it's an S tier. Bro, Moonville, it's probably one of, if not the I'm not gonna lie to you, Chris. It is probably scarier. It is scarier than the Ohio State Reformatory, Lafayette, fucking Bobby Mackey's, the Bel Air House, every fucking place that I've been to. It's scarier. It is. George Rogers. I don't know what it is about Moonville, but when you arrive there and you get out of the car, that's the only place I've ever been to where you feel so small. Like you feel like no matter what happens, you're fucked, and you can't do anything about it. It's probably because it's so far out in the middle of the fucking woods that you have no signal. Your signal is SOS. You can't call 911, or the only thing you can do is call it 911. You can't call your friends. You can't call your family. You can't text each other. You have to have walkie-talkies. You have to have weapons, or you're fucked. It's not only can you run into ghosts, you can run into predators, you can run into people, you can run into fucking anything. So, and the fact that last time, I think Moonville wasn't as of an S tier until we ran into what we thought was a skin, or what we think is a skinwalker last time. What do you think about Moonville, Chris?
I'd put it
being S tier.
I'd put a S tier. God, you're crazy.
Me?
Yeah, I would not put it.
What do you think, Chris? Because obviously, I was about to say you guys have only seen who's watching like on Chris's channel, my channel right now. I had a channel before this. We went 2 times before on my last channel, but you guys have only seen us go once. The only time you guys have seen me go with Maddie and Grace was actually our third time going. But so what I'm asking Chris is what he thinks about Moonville is overall. So some of the things that he said, you guys might not know what's going on, or you're like, I didn't see that in the video. It's probably with, the whole overall, the last 3 series I've ever done there. So go ahead, Chris.
Scary. With the Skinwalker sightings and everything else that's happened, it's just mental.
Huh? We are feeling, I'll move it. Sorry, guys. A little distraction from a dickhead named James. Anyway, so yeah, I would definitely put Moonville at S tier. Now, the second, so Moonville is number 1. Moonville gets the number 1 spot on my list.
Yes.
Now,
George
the
Rogers.
number 2 spot, and this might surprise some of you guys. It probably won't surprise you because I talk about it a lot, but it might surprise you on the list for how many other places I've been to. Number 2, I'm putting the Ohio State Reformatory.
Yes. 100%.
Ohio State Reformatory. Ohio State Reformatory because, 1, I've been there 4 times, and out of the 4 times, it gets worse and worse and worse. Like, the Ohio State Reformatory is the place that made me a believer. It's made my brother a believer. It's the place, like the memories I made with everybody going. I'd taken the whole crew there. it's where I made my biggest mistake that changed who I am as a paranormal investigator. It's the only place that I've ever been to where we've caught in paranormal evidence that we legit cannot fucking explain. And for anyone out there in the world, anyone that comes across this video that's watching, if you are a debunker, go on my channel and go to part 3 of the Ohio State Reformatory and go about 14 minutes in on the 3rd part, and you will see my brother admit that it is real. And then right after he admits that it is real, we catch the most paranormal piece of evidence I have ever fucking caught, ever fucking heard and seen in my life. We're in solitary confinement, and right above us, where it's pitch black up there, number 1. Number 2, my brother and I rented out the Ohio State Reformatory, so it was only us and staff there. Number 3, the stairs were gated, like were chained off. And number 4, there was literally no one else there. Like there was genuinely no one else there. Like it's worth saying that twice. And we hear these giant like soldier walking, like fucking big boots walking above us. And I pan the camera up there, and just as you think you're about to see a staff member come around the corner or someone coming around that corner, it stops. And my brother freaked the fuck out, was like, couldn't believe his eyes, and it was so real, and we were so mind blown that we had to go get a fucking worker to come look. Even the worker said no one's up there, and that there shouldn't be one up there, and there's no tours or anything going on. So that is probably one of the best pieces of equipment or paranormal pieces of evidence I've caught in the 4 years that I've done this, and it happened at the Ohio State Reformatory.
Are you sure it was that?
Chris, what would you rate the Ohio State Reformatory?
Well, ever since you started, it's been good at the start, but gradually it's got worse over the years, as I said. But we won't talk about the fact that you've seen the same shadow figure 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Also, sorry, Aiden, if you watch this, but I'm sorry for the muggy we got of you. Not
yeah,
really.
like even with that Ohio State Reformatory series on part 2, and part 1 and 2 is when it happens. But what happens is, so the staff that are there, they're still working, but we're still, investigating. But the staff told us that if they hear us or they know they're near us, hey, we will let you know that we're near. That way, you can pause your video, that there's no interference, that there's no debunking, things like that. So we're up on the 4th floor of the cell block area, and my brother and I are doing the spirit box session, and it says run. During that session, it also says 4th floor. And do you need both? Just feel. And during that, we run out to make sure we're on the 4th floor, because I was kind of like weird. And you can see down the hall on the video this black figure, shadow person, no details, no shirt, no pants, no hat, no nothing, just a figure standing in the hallway, just looking at us. And my brother looks down the hall, I look down the hall, and if we saw something, we would have been like, yo, what the hell is that? We didn't even see this thing in person. It only came up on camera. And you could just see it standing there. It kind of gives me chills just thinking about it. And then, like Chris you were mentioning, twice in the solitary confinement, I witnessed the same thing happen, like a shadow on the wall, big boots walking. And then when my brother stayed alone in the solitary confinement, same thing happened. He then heard big boots walking with a shadow going across the same wall. So,
I wonder if
back to you
an old guard keeper.
Mileage. What were you saying, Chris? Go ahead.
There used to be an old guard keeper who's walking around, because they used to wear big boots and shit like that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Chris. Here, pause the live real quick.
Yes.
Guys, listen to Chris's fucking voice and tell me he doesn't sound like he's on goddamn helium. Talk, Chris.
I'm not, I promise. It's my bloody cold. I'm barely getting over it.
You said your voice did not sound like that 10 fucking minutes ago.
It's what you call
Are you
changing.
fucking with me?
No. 100% not.
You sound like you just inhaled a fucking helium balloon.
I don't have access to helium.
You sound like
Sorry, the way you cut off then.
mileage. Perfectly fine, like 2 minutes ago.
I have a cold, okay?
I don't give a shit what you have. You're fucking with me. Like, I swear to God, you're gonna go back and look at this live stream, and you're gonna hear yourself, and your voice is gonna change.
I'm not used to the sun, okay? What
I might be
vitamins-
going crazy.
You probably are, to be fair.
Chris, be honest. Are you fucking with me?
No,
I think you're fucking with me,
I'm not.
bruh. Guys, comment down below if you don't believe Chris. Actually, unfucking subscribe if you don't believe him right now.
Look, I'll show you the stream. No voice changes, no nothing.
Chris, you sound like you're fucking 10.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
Magic.
My friend who usually has a deeper voice sounds like he's just fucking inhaled helium. And he's claiming he's not fucking with me. I'm like, dude, you're fucking with me right now.
I'm not.
Because he just sounded fine like 10 minutes ago.
God.
Are you sure?
Yes, 100% positive.
I don't know, bro. I can't wait to look at this footage. I swear to God, it might be a mic problem because if it comes back on like the live stream end and you're still sounding normal and I just sound like I'm going crazy, bro. I wish you could hear my side right now. You ready? Ready? This is exactly what you sound like. You sound like that. You sound like you're talking like that. Like that's
Wait,
what you
where did
fucking sound
SpongeBob
like,
come from?
huh?
Where did SpongeBob come from?
I'm telling you, that's what you sound like.
I don't. I mean, I have
Wait, are you still live streaming right now?
Yeah.
Is this on live?
Yeah.
Oh God. Pause it. I didn't know that was live.
Guys, clip that.
But yeah, Chris. So the shadow figure. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think about us seeing 3 shadow figures, doors opening, fucking a lot of fucking noises, footsteps, the chair moving, all of that happening in the Ohio State Reformatory.
It was chaotic, but it was still worth it though.
Now, the third place that I would probably rank, and this might surprise people.
Lafayette Hotel.
What do you think? What do you think the third? What do you think number 3 is?
The Lafayette Hotel or Bobby Mackey's.
It is the Lafayette Hotel.
Bingo.
It's definitely the Lafayette Hotel. A lot of people that have watched my channel before know that the Lafayette Hotel is really, really, really special to me because, one, the memories. I've been there twice, stayed a weekend there on one of the series, met Amy and Victoria, absolutely amazing people. Been to the Bel Air House with them, Lafayette Hotel with them. The thing that is very, very awesome about the Lafayette Hotel is you don't feel scared. It feels like home. And the entire town is riverboat era, old like 1800, 1900s looking era, old city town. Like everyone's friendly. You can walk out you can be outside at 3 o'clock in the morning, not have to worry about anything. Like everyone is just peaceful. Like it feels really, really nice. And the Lafayette Hotel's just off of a river. So you're constantly seeing boats going by, people down there on the banks. And you just think, obviously it's very, very beautiful. And in the inside, oh my God, the chandeliers, the carpet, the riverboat era, everything about the place. It's just really, really fancy. But and I think that's why it's so cool is because it's so fancy and nice that you almost forget about the demonic part of it.
Yes.
So you could be there having a great time, and then boom, something happens. So that's like that thrill and that excitement is what brings the Lafayette Hotel, and it would be above the Ohio State Reformatory if it gave me a little bit more evidence than what the Ohio State Reformatory gave, but it didn't give as much. Now, don't grant it. The 2 times we've been there, we got a lot of fucking evidence. Elevator doors opening by themselves, footsteps, banging and clanging across the entire fucking basement. Flashlights turned off all by themselves. Spirit boxes going off like crazy. Things being moved. Just like the eerie vibe about the place. Doors opening and shutting. I think the thing that was really nice about Lafayette Hotel is that the spirits there were super intelligent. So, but it wasn't as much evidence as Moonville, the Bel Air House, or Ohio State Reformatory gave, but the access that we got there with being allowed to go down in the basement whenever we want, go in the ballroom, go in the gun room, go in all. I'm gonna have to literally make another return because I haven't been there in 2 years. January of this year marked 2 years since the last time we've been there, and which is actually crazy, right, Chris? It doesn't feel like it, but the first time that we ever went to the Lafayette Hotel was in September of 2023.
Jesus.
And then the second time that I went with Kayla and Madeline was January 13th of 2024. So it's been a long time. It doesn't feel like it, but it actually has been. So I think we're due for a return, especially for putting it on this channel and shit. But it was just the access. Everyone was nice, and on top of that, you know how each hotel room has a TV, and you know how each hotel, like the whole hotel, has certain channels, right?
Yeah.
Well, they added my YouTube channel series of the Lafayette Hotel on every single TV in the hotel for the first month, which I thought was insane. Like, my fucking videos were in Lafayette Hotel's TV channel. Like, I think that's the coolest shit ever. So that's why Lafayette Hotel is ranked number 3. And honestly, it might be. It's almost tied with OSR. It's almost tied. And I think if I go back for a third time and we have that same kind of experience, it might jump the Reformatory. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number 4.
Wait, which one was it? Amy or Victoria who had the communication with a little child in the basement who taught it stuff?
Victoria.
Because
that was Victoria.
That was probably one of the coolest interactions ever.
Yes, indeed it was. It in fact was. Now, what do you think about the Lafayette Hotel, Chris, overall? And I know you viewers have not seen this. You will soon. But Chris, what do you think about the Lafayette Hotel, the series that you've seen? Actually, whoa, time out. Before you answer that, Chris, sorry. Guys, go on Chris's channel. We did a reaction video of part 1 and part 2 of Returning to the Lafayette Hotel with Madeline and Kayla. So those are still on his channel. So go check that out if you guys want to see that.
Oh yeah, we did.
Kind of get a look of kind of what it has to offer.
Yes.
So that's the only reason why I'm like really glad that we actually recorded that shit.
Yeah. So you still go back and add it to your channel.
Now, go ahead, Chris. What do you think about the Lafayette Hotel overall?
I think a very heartwarming place, to be fair.
Very, very heartwarming. It was really nice because and bad energy. Like, there was good spirits that you could talk to. It made you feel like home and nice and warm. And then there was the dark entities that you could feel like you knew were there. Like, you imagine like a cozy, like nice room, and then fearing for your life, feeling like oh god, I'm not safe. Like that feeling that you're being watched. At the Lafayette Hotel in the basement, you could literally feel safe and then feel that unsafe energy, and that's when you knew something was wrong, and you knew something was watching you, and you knew a demonic entity was there. That's how, like, you could feel, all of us, even you, Chris, if you go there, you get that feeling. That's literally all guests report that shit. Like, that's the unique thing about the Lafayette Hotel, is that that you got to get those feelings that tell you you're not safe or you're okay. So that's why it's really unique.
Wasn't there a noise coming from the room next to
Go
you?
ahead.
There's no one in it.
There was a what?
Noise coming from the other room when there was no one in it as well.
Yeah. So we were in room fuck. I think it was 411. I forget what the room number was. It was one, yeah, room 411 or some shit. 412, 411. I forget which one. I think it was 411. You'd have to go back on your channel and look at it, but yeah, in a room, let's just say 411 because I think it was 411. And in room next to us, like 410, there was no one there, but there was people who brought a Ouija board in that room, like a couple months prior to when we left the first time in September. And they brought something in, and ever since then, there's been something like trapped in there, and they opened up some kind of like vortex and something like that. Oh, hold on, Chris. Pause the live real quick.
Okay. There we go.
All right, we live?
Yeah.
But the cool thing or the thing about it was like they brought something there using a Ouija board, and then ever since then you could hear like bangs and giant knockings coming from the other room, like on the walls. So during our investigation, like after the one that we did in the room on Chris's channel, by the way, this was on Chris's channel, in the reaction, we hear that, and so I go outside to see if there's anyone there because I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And we go down the hall and I see 410. And then in my head, I'm like, oh my God. I just realized that is the fucking room. So I got chills, like chills down my body. And we go back in the other room, and because I didn't feel like safe talking, it felt weird just standing out there after I remembered about it. So I started talking to Kayla and Madeline about it in the room. And we're like, we got to go down there and ask. So we go down there and ask the staff member, is there anyone in room 410? And she said, there's someone going to be in there tomorrow, but no, not tonight. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, what, you guys hearing things in there? I was like, yeah, we're hearing fucking things. The fuck? Like, yeah, we're hearing bangings and giant knocks and shit. And I went back me and Madeline went back upstairs and told Kayla about it. And she's sitting on the bed and she's like, what? No way. And then she said that while we were down there, she used the pendulum, or I forget what she did, but she used something, and the little, like, something came through and said that there was a little boy in the basement, or something, and a demon in the basement. Sorry, a boy, something about a boy like Thomas or whatever the hell the kid's name was, and then a boy in the basement, or a demon in the basement.
I know that's the time Kayla got a mad ass headache, wasn't it? She stayed in bed while she went down and asked the receptionist.
Yeah, she got like extremely sick for some reason, like, because when we first got there, I kind of felt a little weird, and then we went and got food, and then we went back, and I was like, oh, I'm fresh, I'm good, I'm ready to go. And then Kayla was like all eerie and whatnot. So me and Madeline were like, okay, Kayla, I get you're not feeling well. We're gonna go down first. I don't think this was on Chris's channel. It might be. We'd have to go back and look. But me and Madeline decided to go down ourselves in the basement by ourselves and do like the first bit of investigating. And during that, we investigated a bit, and I said on the Estes method, she's sleeping, and then the very next thing that came out of my mouth was watching her. And as I said watching her, Madeline is holding the camera and the EMF reader, and the EMF reader started spiking, like the lights were spiking as soon as I said watching her. And usually the spikes don't light up unless something is near. So it was kind of a weird coincidence, or not even a coincidence, like kind of weird how that happened and lined up so well. And then we go up to the room afterwards, and Kayla is almost crying, like literally almost crying. And we're checking on her like, Kayla, what's wrong? And she said that she was sleeping, and she got woken up, and she looked over near the door where the couch is, and there was this shadow figure just standing there watching her. and then it crouched down and disappeared behind the couch.
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I actually remember that now.
So that it's like we got evidence, but so like I just don't. It's like I would say it's almost it's tied with the Ohio State Reformatory. But if I had to literally choose one or the other, I'd probably put Ohio State Reformatory number 2 because I mean, yes, the Lafayette Hotel is brilliant, very very beautiful, very very amazing with people and how they treat people, and very very intelligent spirits and demonic entities and very good evidence. But I don't think it tops what I've caught and the meanings of the piece of evidence I caught at the reformatory. I don't think it surpasses that just yet. So I would probably put Lafayette Hotel at number 3.
Yes, 100%.
Now, number 4. Do you think you know what number 4 is?
I think I do actually.
What do you think?
The Bel Air House.
Correct again. Number 4 would be the Bel Air House. It would honestly be much higher. It would be way higher. And I know a lot of people are like, what? What? Are you kidding me? The Bel Air House? Oh, the Moonville Tunnel over the Bel Air House? Are you fucking kidding me? Like what? A hotel over the Bel Air House? Yeah. So let me tell you about the Bel Air House for the people who have not seen it. Again, this is on my channel, so you are free to go watch the whole series. It was an amazing time. It was the Bel Air House. Yes, people have been to the Ohio State Reformatory. Yes, not many people have been to Moonville. Yes, people have been to the Lafayette Hotel. And yes, people have been to the Bel Air House. But the thing about the Bel Air House, I mean, yes, I've been to the Ohio State Reformatory, and so have a lot of other big YouTubers, and so have Sam and Colby and all of them. But I don't know, man. It was just something about the Bel Air House that felt very, very professional. And I think it's because, unlike the Ohio State Reformatory, you have with the Ohio State Reformatory, you have, thousands of people that go there a week. It's run by a lot of people. The people there aren't famous, but the place is. What the fuck? That was weird. That scared the shit out of me. I opened up a door, and the other door started opening up. What the fuck?
Magic.
Sorry, that was weird. But anyway, like I was saying, the Bel Air House, it was just really, really cool because so if anyone doesn't know who Kristen Lee is the owner of the Bel Air House, same with her husband Daniel Lee. They both own it. And it is the Bel Air House was at one point the top 4 most demonic and haunted house in the entire United States. And it's still up there. It's still in the top 10 to this day. But the thing is when I called them and was talking about them and talking to them about, hey, we want to rent this place out, yada, 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 I was talking to Kristen Lee. My dumb ass didn't realize it. I thought I was just talking to some, woman who works for the Bel Air House. That's someone who gets people's information down, lets purchases the tickets and all that, or the the house for the night, rents it out. So and then I text Kristen and I'm like, "What's your name?" She's like, "Kristen." I'm like, "Holy fuck! I'm talking to the Kristen Lee," and it was weird because she's so famous. And she's been on Sam and Colby's channel, Ghost Hunters channel, Ghost Adventures TV series. She's been on she's very, very famous, right? And she's texting me, and I'm like, whoa. I'm talking to the Kristen Lee right now, the Kristen Lee, the famous Bel Air House owner, Kristen Lee. And I just took me a minute to get over that for a minute. But then most famous people, Chris, would you agree with me? You don't just talk to them. You might get a couple words in here and there, and then you go about your day, right? Or for example, famous people, they're not the biggest talkers. Would you agree?
Yes.
Kristen Lee, after I purchased the ticket, texting so much, can we just FaceTime because her fingers were starting to hurt? That's how much she was texting me, dude. She was like acted like a mother towards me. And this is Kristen fucking Lee we're talking about. So I'm like, fuck yeah, let's FaceTime. She FaceTimes me on a normal day. She's out with her husband, Daniel. They just got done with the store. They took their dog to the vet. They're driving home, and she's just talking to me all like it felt like we were talking as if we've known each other for a long time. That like she wasn't hostile, she wasn't quiet. She genuinely was getting to know me. Like just having a whole. And I'm like, bro, this is Kristen fucking Lee. Like what the fuck? So I got done talking to her, and I was so fucking excited. And I got to take me, Maddie, Leah, Amy, Victoria, Kayla. We all got to go to the to the Bel Air house, and it's very, very different from the Lafayette Hotel, Ohio State Reformatory, Moonville, only because it's a house. The Ohio State Reformatory is a fucking prison. You could kind of debunk some things with the prison, unless except the one that was literally me and Aiden caught. And with the Lafayette Hotel, there's hundreds of people that stay there during the night. But it's a house. One of the most demonic houses in the country, and we are the only ones there. No one else. And I know that because it's a house. It's not like a prison. It's not like a hotel where there could be people hiding and doing dumb shit to fuck with you. It is a house that Kristen and Daniel Lee own, and we were there, and I met Daniel. We all met Daniel. It's on the video. We were talking with him for a bit about the house, and then they just leave. And people are probably wondering, why isn't Kristen there? Kristen refuses to go back to that house because it has been like a curse for her. She cannot go to that house, and I'm not going to say who, out of privacy for Kristen, but someone in her family, something happened to someone, and she promised this person that she would not ever step foot back into that house ever again. Unfortunately, this person passed away, and Kristen is keeping her promise. So Kristen has not stepped foot in that house for over, I think, 5 years now. And before, no, I think 3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years. Sorry, 3 or 4 years. And she has not went and met up with anyone that has came from the house at all. So she would only FaceTime me or text me. Now, the thing that makes Kristen Lee so fucking cool is that halfway through the night, around because we got there around 4, Daniel left around 5:30, and it was just ours. Now, the thing that was really, really, really cool is, around 8, 9 o'clock, Kristen Lee got off work, and she calls me, and she says, "Hey, do you want to meet up and talk in person?" Whoa, what? Kristen Lee, you want to meet up with us and talk? So it's kind of funny, Chris. We all get in the car and we drive and we meet up with her at a goddamn Kroger, and we're just sitting in the fucking parking lot talking for over 2 hours about just everything, in person. And I was like, when was the last time that you came out to talk with someone who's renting out the house? There's all these big YouTubers and shit that are still renting out the fucking house. And I was like, when was the last time you've ever done this? And she went, the last time I've been in the house was the last time I talked to somebody. She said it has been 3 years since I've went and met up with somebody. I said, so we're the first? And she's like, yep. And I'm like, wow. Of all people, she wanted to see us. I'm like, holy fucking shit. And then she told me I reminded her of her son. And I don't know, it was just really, really cool something. It was very bizarre on how like cool the experience was. But on top of that, if you guys go watch the first part, you'll see probably honestly, Chris, we need to have a debate here because I don't know what piece of evidence was more crazy. But we need a number one spot for the channel. Okay. The footsteps and people and that person walking above us in solitary confinement that we saw, and there was literally no one there, or the light bulb exploding in the basement.
I was just about to say, that still baffles me to this day. Like, where could it have fell from?
That I know. So like which piece of evidence, the solitary confinement or the basement, deserves the number one spot for IT and Paranormal's number one craziest paranormal piece of equipment caught?
100% the light bulb exploding, because we couldn't.
The light bulb exploding?
You couldn't find a trace from where it fell from or why it fell.
Right. So then number two would be the solitary confinement?
Yes.
Okay. So then the number one piece of equipment or piece of evidence that we ever caught on camera happened in front of our eyes. And it was the light bulb exploding in the basement in front of all of us. And no one was even near, and we didn't know where the fucking came from. And we told Kristen Lee about this, and it frightened her. And she told us that she has had that house for 25 years, or I think it's like 23 years. I forget how many years. However many years. And she said that she's been trying to get rid of this home because she doesn't want to attach to her life anymore with how demonic it is. And she said a couple years ago, she was trying to get rid of it, and she had open house. And this woman came and was really interested in wanting the home, looked throughout the entire house, really, really liked it, was talking with Kristen Lee for a bit, and then she goes down to show her the basement. And while in the basement, this woman tells Kristen Lee, "Oh, by the way, I just wanted to let you know I am a Satanist." And when she said, "I am a Satanist," a light bulb fucking exploded as soon as she said that. And Kristen Lee kicked her the fuck out and told her to get out and never come back. Didn't sell the house, decided it was best to keep it safe in her name to where no one could, like, you know, conjure up anything stupid. So that's why in the Bel Air house, there's no Ouija boards allowed. There's none of this, none of this, none of that. There's certain rules that they allow because they don't want you conjuring up anything else that's already there. Because it's already way too demonic with the 17 portals that they claim are in the house. There might be more, they said. But so ever since that day, no matter how big of a YouTuber is, including Sam and Colby, Twin Paranormal, like, you name a fucking YouTuber, anyone that have went there never experienced a light bulb exploding. Kristen Lee has never experienced a light bulb exploding while living in this house or knowing this house or owning this house, except for the Satanist part. Until we went there. That is the only fucking time a light bulb has ever exploded in the house. And you guys can go on there and look up every person on the fucking internet. Look them up. Look them up going to the Bel Air house, and I guarantee you $1 million fucking dollars. Not a single one of them caught a light bulb exploding. Only us on YouTube ever in the world, besides the person who went there with the Satanist. And Kristen Lee can vouch for this. She told me straight to her face that if she needs me to vouch for it, she will. Now, the rest of the night was kind of that's the thing. This is the reason why you guys are probably like, whoa, Kristen Lee, you know, all this, and that. How the hell, with the Bel Air house, is this not ranked number one? How is it not number one? This is the Bel Air house, and from what I'm describing right now, it sounds really good. Like, why is this ranked number 4? It's because the house has such a weird energy, and it did something to my crew that I've never seen before, and it was very, very bizarre. Chris, Chris can vouch for me on this. So we go there and we spend almost $1,000 fucking dollars to just rent this place out from 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. the next day. It's like noon the next day. We left the fucking house by 1:30 a.m. and never went back. Like, what the fuck? You're like, bro, you had another 11 hours of the house and you left? Yeah, unfortunately. Did I want to leave? Fuck no. So the house has a weird energy. And from what Daniel explained, he said the house gets to know you. Like, it gets to know who you are. And he said sometimes the house at one moment will feel all nice, warm, and cozy, want you to come in and have hot chocolate, snuggle up in blankets, and watch some TV. To where on the other side of the house, it's grabbing you by your hair, throwing you across the room, scratching you, trying to kill you. So, like, those are two, like, the house is weird. And Amy said a quote that defines the Bel Air house so well. And we were down in the basement, and she kind of actually predicted it because it was very, very quiet and not much was happening. And she said, I don't know, it kind of feels like the calm before the storm. Have you ever heard of like a hurricane where like the eye of the storm, you know what I'm talking about, Chris? How it's like extremely calm. You know what I'm talking about?
No, because I've never
Like
been
being in the eye of a storm, you know what I'm talking about?
To be honest, I don't, to be fair.
What'd you say?
To be honest, I don't, to be fair, because I can't remember the last time we had a storm.
So with a hurricane, there's the eye of the storm is the very, very center of the storm. And so, for example, it'll be like 100-mile-an-hour winds, fucking like hailing rain pouring down, like you know, fucking hurricane storm, and then bam, nothing. It's calm, no wind, no rain, clear skies, nothing. And it's the eye of the storm. It's the very, very center, like that the storm is spinning around like a tornado, like the circle, like the middle of a tornado, like where it's like literally just spinning around this circle, and inside that circle, it's just calm because there's no storm in it. So it's like the calm before the storm, because as soon as you get right out of that eye, bam, 100-mile-an-hour winds all over again. So that's how you know you're in the eye of a storm and a hurricane, because it'll be like, you know, 100-mile-an-hour winds, pouring down rain, lightning, thunder, and then boom, sunny, birds chirping, dogs barking, everything's peaceful, quiet. 5 minutes later, bam, fucking storm right back to where it was. So that's what the house is described as. It calms down. And like when it's very, very quiet and eerie, you know something bad's about to happen, because that house will get so quiet it's almost scary. Like it feels too good. You know what I mean? Like have you ever heard like it's too good to be true? Like it almost feels like it's not haunted. And then when you let your guard down, bam, something happens. That's what's so unique about this place. And Amy literally said, I don't know, it feels like the calm before the storm. And she said that in the basement, and it was super calm. And then bam, light bulb. Like, you know what I mean? That's like what she was kind of getting at, and she basically predicted it. But that's kind of how you describe the Bel Air house, is like the eye of a storm. And so yeah, it was fucking crazy. The Boo Boo teddy bear mocked me and repeated the same rhythm as me on command. It was wild. But then after that, I don't know what happened. But I think if we would have stayed the entire night, we didn't even get to investigate the attic at night, bro. Because, and I think if we did, it might have jumped to number 1. But what makes it number 4 is everybody, not me, but Maddie, Leah, Kayla, Amy, and Victoria, the ones that were with me at fucking Lafayette, all of them, all of a sudden, were done. They just wanted to go down in the living room, lay down on the couch. They didn't feel like being there anymore. They want Chris, get this. Bro, we spent, please explain this to me, Chris. We spent almost $1,000 to be at the Bel Air house overnight and record for Paranormal investigating.
Mm-hmm.
So, all of a sudden, I don't want to be here. They were like that so bad that they went and spent even more money just to stay in a hotel the rest of the night.
Jesus.
Does that make any sense at all?
Absolutely no sense.
Like, all of them just 180 wanted to get the fuck out of there. And me, I was the only one that was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? And I genuinely think the demon there knew that I wanted to show it and capture real evidence of it. And the demon there, Emily Davis, knew I was going to come up to the attic because it was that was my big goal. Go to the attic at 3 a.m. Do this challenge in the Bel Air house. And whatever was there made everybody not want to be there anymore except for me. Because if you think about it, it's actually really, 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 really smart by this demon to make everyone else feel like they don't want to be there. Because with me still wanting to be there, it makes it look like I'm the crazy one. Like something's luring me. Something wants me here. It's dangerous. It's not safe. I'm not thinking it clearly. When I'm not the one being affected, they are. Like I'm over here like, guys, we're literally here to do this. If you didn't want to be here, why the fuck did you come? Like, but every single one of them, except for me, wanted to leave. And I was like, okay, I'll just stay by myself then. Because I genuinely felt fine. Like I just wanted to investigate. But with the circumstance that the demon put out, it then made it look like I wanted to just go all the way up there by myself and do something stupid and conjure something up. When in reality, that wasn't the case. The demon had a hold of all of them and they didn't realize it. So they made me leave with them and I was just fucked. I couldn't record it. I was pissed at them. I was irritated, naturally irritated at them because like, what the fuck? But with me being irritated, they were thinking, oh, the demon was making me mad. I have an attachment or something, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, guys, I'm genuinely just pissed off at you because you made us just leave the most demonic, fucking crazy haunted house in the world that we're probably never going to get to come back to. Because like, what the fuck? Once in a lifetime opportunity and you guys want to puss out because of like, what the fuck? So like I was so ready to go and just investigate that I told them to take both cars and leave me here without a car. I was going to stay there and sleep there overnight by myself. That's how dedicated I was to everybody, to you guys, to you, Chris, to just get videos out for you guys. That's how dedicated I was. But they made it seem like I was the one being like under the influence and shit. So if that didn't happen, I think we would have had the craziest fucking night possible. And the Bel Air house would have been number 1. But because that happened, it's number 4. So, Chris, what do you think about the Bel Air house? What do you think about everything I just said?
Quite good, to be fair. But there is one thing I do want to mention. What pulled
Go ahead.
What pulled on the hood during the Estes method in the dining room?
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good... I like how you bring that up because I almost forgot about that. Yeah, so we were doing the dual Estes method in the seance room. And Victoria and Amy were under first. And me, Kayla, Leah, and Maddie were asking questions. We left a chair open for Lyde and for Edwin because that's where Lyde died and that's where he came to like that's what opened up the portals was Edwin. So Lyde died in that house in that seance room, and it's called the seance room because Edwin started doing seances trying to contact his dead sister and get in contact with her to make sure that she's still okay. And he brought in all these witches and these people that he thought knew what they were doing but weren't. And that's what opened up all these portals because they were doing all this shit and it was just opening up portals because they weren't actually who they were or said what they were. They were bad witches that did witchcraft that opens things up in demons and shit. So that's why there's so many portals. So we left a chair open for Edwin. And in the camera, when I'm filming that you guys watch, Amy's on the right, Victoria's on the left. And the back of Victoria is facing the hallway that leads to the kitchen and off to the left of her is the living room. And when she got done with the Estes method, she didn't think to say anything, but she felt someone behind her. Like she felt like a presence. Like she didn't get touched, but she felt you know that feeling, Chris, when you're being watching, like you think that something's like you have like this feeling that something's behind you or like like off to the side of you,
Yes.
kind of thing. Or like you know how like when you see something in the corner of your eye, but you look over and it's not there, that kind of feeling. That's what she said that she had. But she didn't say that until after I went under the Estes method, because I sat in the exact same spot that she did, and I just said something. I don't know when it happened. I forget when it happened or what I said, but all I felt was my hood get like the hood of my hoodie get pulled back to where, and it got pulled back a good enough to where I could feel it going around my neck, like a tight, like it like almost choking me. So I get up and I move back really fast, and they thought that the chair moved for a second, and I was just in shock. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I wasn't even there. I was like, it did, like I didn't even know what they fucking asked me. I thought they said, "Did you get pulled?" And I said, "Yeah, I think I did. I think I did. That's what happened." But they actually were asking me, "Did the chair get moved?" They're like, "I thought you moved the chair." I said, "Oh no, I did move the chair," because they thought the chair moved. I was like, "I moved the chair. The chair was me." But something pulled my fucking hoodie, like pulled it back, which made me like push back. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was Edwin. I don't know if it was Lied. I don't know if it was something trying to pull me up to the attic. But shortly after we did that Estes method was when we went and met up with Kristen Lee. Now, after we met up with Kristen Lee, do you remember that doll? Guys, you can also go on this video and look at it on the video. Everything I'm talking about, guys, you can look on the video and see it for yourself. But Chris, do you remember the doll that was in the seance room with those crazy ass eyes and shit? That almost reminds you of like Annabelle and shit.
Was it the one with the red eyes?
It had like green eyes, but like, you know what I'm talking about that I had in the video?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay, so we get back to the house, and I have the footage. I have the footage of this. I never deleted it. Chris, I will show you it, but you can't necessarily put it on YouTube. You can. I mean, if you want to put this in the video, you can. But just make sure to mute the audio a little bit, because Kristen Lee didn't want this on video because she was kind of we were horse playing, like we were role playing, and she kind of said some cuss words and stuff, and we weren't being professional. We were just goofing off. But she didn't want that on YouTube because obviously, she has a job and she doesn't want to get fired, and for obvious reasons. So I mean, I'll show you the footage or the video, but just don't post it on social media unless it's muted. But we were on the phone, and I had to call her and tell her this, because as soon as we got back, our plan was, guys, let's sit down on the couch and relax. Let's just relax. Well, yes, we're talking. It's like, what? Like, let's sit down, let's relax, let's get a game plan going, and then let's go upstairs and start our investigating for the day or for the night. So we're sitting there, and everyone's just talking, and I'm just sitting there on one of the couches, facing towards like the piano room where the stairs lead up to the upstairs, and to the right of me is the seance room with the doll and whatnot. So the doll was facing forward at first, and now when I looked over, it was kind of facing sideways, like more towards looking at me almost. And I'm just sitting there, and like no one's talking to me. I can hear everyone else talking, and then out of nowhere, everything starts going like quiet, like everyone else's conversations are dimming. And then I just have this feeling that something's watching me. So I like look over and I lock eyes with this doll. And I've had panic attacks before where my body feels like it's like tingling and it's like vibrating. Like I can feel like like when your foot's asleep, Chris, and like it like wakes up, that tingling feeling that you get in your foot.
Yes.
I had that, but it was like my whole body from my neck down to my toes. Like I have that whole feeling in my body, and like I get like really lightheaded, and like the world starts moving and spinning. And I just feel like these, like, I don't have them that often, not anymore, and I didn't have them for a long time. That was the first time I've had one in like a couple years. But I look at this doll, and then I start having a whole panic attack, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then all I fucking I vision something, and all I vision, I don't do anything. I just sit there this whole time, and I just daydream. But I envision grabbing that doll, going up all the way to the attic, and jumping out of the window with that doll. That's what was going through my head, and it kept replaying and replaying and replaying of me going to grab the doll, go up the stairs, jump out of the attic window, going to grab the doll, go up the stairs, jump out of the attic window, grab the doll, up the stairs, jump out of the attic window. It just kept happening and playing and playing and playing over and over. And then Leah looks over me and goes, "Are you okay?" And I snap out of it, like bam, like just snapped out of it. And I'm like looking over her, I'm still like having a panic attack. I'm like, what the fuck? So I call Kristen Lee and I told her about it, and she was like, whatever you do, don't go near that doll. Do not go near that doll at all, because a family. If you listen to Daniel Lee in the beginning of the video in part 1 when he's talking, yes, I know I made it 11 minutes long, but I just want to make sure I didn't leave out any details. I know it's a long, boring conversation, but it's a lot of details that you got to listen to understand what's fully going on. A family, a mother, or I think I don't quote me on this. Go back and listen to it. But I think it was a son and a daughter lost their mother. Their mother passed away, and they had that doll there, and they think that she inherited the doll. So they brought the doll to the Bel Air house and did a ritual in the seance room to try to get in contact with his mom or with her mom. And they didn't tell Daniel Lee or Kristen Lee what happened. They never reported if they got in contact or not. But all that happened was they came back the next morning, they were gone, and the doll was still there. They just left the doll there. So Kristen Lee and Daniel Lee think there is a demon attached to that doll, because they'll come to the house to pick up after a team or people leave after renting it out, and the doll will be moved all throughout the house, or standing up on the couch in the living room or something, or upstairs in the attic or in a bedroom. Like it'll just move. So Kristen Lee told me to stay as far away from that doll as possible. So I don't know, man. That house, something about that house, there's just a weird energy, and I want to go back, and I'm gonna go back. That's also the cool thing. I still have Kristen and Daniel Lee's number. I still talk to them to this day. Like just text, like, "Hey, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing great. Can't wait to come back. How's everything been? How's your son been? Doing great. How's your mother? Like, things like that. But like, how's the house doing? The house is fucking crazy like usual. I assumed. Like, I asked Kristen Lee, I was like, "How's the house doing?" She's like, "Fucking crazy as usual." And I'm like, that sounds about right. But I don't know. I might go back. I don't know. What do you think, Chris? What do you think about the Bel Air house?
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
It is fucking crazy. That's what it is. We'll do top 5. So we'll just go to the 5th one. Number 5. What do you think number 5 is?
Oh, Bobby Mackey's.
Yes, sir. Ding, 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 ding. Bobby Mackey's, I think, I don't really have a big description for Bobby Mackey's. But other than I'm just glad I got to experience it before it was demolished. I mean, I know they're like remaking it. Yeah, we went there before Sam and Colby, man. Like, come on, man. We went there before Sam and Colby. That was fucking cool. Bobby Mackey's, if you guys don't know what Bobby Mackey's is, it's built in Kentucky. It's an old nightclub that just turned very, very demonic, with a lot of killings, a lot of murders, a lot of suicide, and a portal to hell. So this portal is a well that just drops down in the middle of Bobby Mackey's, and it just goes, bam, underground, just deep underground. And it leads out to a well to the river. They claim that this is the portal to hell because all the demons and shit are down there in the basement with it. And this guy one day came there with the Ouija board, which he was not supposed to have, jumped down into the well, put the Ouija board on the ground, took a knife and sliced both of his hands open and rubbed blood, his own blood, all over the Ouija board. And then took the Ouija board pendulum, whatever what is it? The thing that you use, what is the thing that you slide? What's it called? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The triangle thing that you used to communicate with. He took that and he starts doing figure eights on the Ouija board, and he starts conjuring up Satan himself. Like literally just fucking figure eights, and then he gets possessed. And then no one knows what the fuck happened next. That was it. So, and then there's this woman named Pearl Bryant, and she was a woman who lived back in the 1800s, 1900s, before this became haunted, and she died, and no one knew how she died, but they think it was from a doctor because this person who killed her sliced her head off of her body, like decapitated her, but the cut of her head and neck was so clean and straight that they think it was surgically done, like from a doctor. And then they took her head and threw it down the portal to hell, never to be seen ever again. So it's a very, very demonic place. We went there, and I also think that Bobby Mackey's would have been rated higher had we not we didn't get what we went there for. We went there thinking that we were going to get to investigate the place for 2 hours, use all of our equipment, and do whatever we want. You know what I mean? Because this was the second place, or the second or third place that we've ever went to after we went to Ohio State Reformatory the very first time. We went here because I started ghost hunting and paranormal investigating in March 30th of 2023. We went to Bobby Mackey's in June of 2023. So April, May, June. 3 months after we started paranormal investigating, we went to Bobby Mackey's. So it was like right as we were basically starting still. And we get there, and there's another group there, and we're like, what the fuck? Okay, I guess we're investigating with them. I don't know. What I accidentally purchased was a tour. So it was a 2-hour tour. It wasn't where you go and you investigate. It was just the tour. So we get there, and we have all of our equipment, all of our shit ready to go. And we have our cameras. And then this lady tells me you're not allowed to record during tours. And I'm like, oh, so you can't record during tours, but you can fucking rent it out and record? That makes a lot of fucking sense. So my dumb ass decided, because she had a flashlight out already, it was already lighting up the room a good amount, I was just going to hold my camera down off the side of my leg and record the whole fucking thing. So I still came out with a 46-minute long video of Bobby Mackey's. I was recording everything without her knowing. I didn't give a shit. She's fucking stupid. But the thing that's outright outrageous, pathetic, stupid was the price, Chris. The reason why I thought, bro, we're going to investigate Bobby Mackey's for 2 hours. You want to know why I thought that?
Why?
Guess how much it was for us to have the place for 2 hours for a fucking 2 hour. Guess how much it was?
20.
20. Try $600
for 2 hours.
$600 fucking dollars for 2 hours, Chris. For 2 fucking hours. That's why I thought we were because I paid for everybody. That's why it was $600. I mean, I know I paid for everybody, but goddamn, 5 fucking people, $600 for a 2-hour fucking tour with no investigator. Are you fucking high? That's like that's like $200 shy of Bel Air House for the goddamn night. What the fuck? Like, that's why I thought we were going to be investigating. No, it was a fucking tour. Like, brother in Christ. I mean, it was cool because at the end of the investigating, for 30 minutes, we got to sit down in the room of faces in the basement and investigate. And we had flashlights going off and on. We started getting communications with the spirit box, doing an Estes method. So it was cool at the end of the fucking tour for the last 30 minutes. But bro, if I'm paying $600 fucking for 5 people, including myself, to go see this place, motherfucker, I better be investigating the whole goddamn 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck? So I was pissed. Bobby Mackey's kind of blew me off a little bit. Was it cool? Was it an amazing experience? Yeah, it was awesome. It was kind of nice seeing the portal to hell. I got scratched there too. That was cool. It did have a very, very, very eerie vibe. It didn't give me the biggest eerie vibe, but for the time that we did investigate, I did think it was pretty cool and neat, and we did get good, intelligent communication. But that's why it's at number 5. It mainly sits at number 5 because of the place itself. You know, Bobby Mackey's, you know, the most demonic nightclub in the world. But evidence-wise, no. It's not even top fucking 7 evidence-wise. But I'm just putting it at top 5 because of the experience that we had there. That I'm rating these from paranormal-wise with experience-wise. That's why Lafayette is above Bel Air, because of the cool vibe and the experience and stuff. But like, if we didn't leave Bel Air House as early, it would be above Lafayette right now. But we left so fucking early that I can't just jump ship over Lafayette. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there is my top 5. Moonville, the Ohio State Reformatory, Lafayette Hotel, Bel Air House, Bobby Mackey's. What do you think of that list?
Quite good.
Quite good. Hell yeah. Now, obviously, I've been to a lot more places, but there's my top 5. There's my top 5 places. Probably number 6 would probably be the Dark Side with Cody, because I mean that place does give me fucking eerie vibes, and we'll get into my top 10. We'll get into my top 10. We'll start from 5, or we'll start on 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 in the next video, and we'll do it with our faces. We'll do like a whole like live stream FaceTime thing.
Yes.
But what do you think about that video, Chris? Was that a good video, guys? If you guys enjoy this, I know it's a voiceover, and with how long it is, I might not put it on my channel because it's so fucking long. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like this kind of like podcast situation. This is kind of like a version that you can like listen to in your headset or your earbuds while you're working. If you like watching me and Chris, and you like hearing us talk about this stuff, this is a good thing for you to listen to while you work or while you're just trying to buy the time or pass time. So, yeah, are you about to upload this, Chris?
Yep, 100%.
Hell yeah. But all right, I'm actually about to get off work now. Wow, Chris, you actually helped me bypass an hour and a half of time.
You're welcome.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna start calling Chris more often, motherfucker. But I know I talked most of the time, and I apologize, Chris, but I was just like getting it all out. But
I don't mind whatsoever.
Was I very descriptive? I feel like I kind of just told you a whole story, Chris. I feel like you learned a lot off of what I was just saying.
This is the new Roald Dahl for you guys.
Right. But all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live. Make sure to go subscribe to 22 Podcast and Chris Wizzle channel. Make sure you subscribe to both of those, and go ahead and subscribe to IT and Paranormal. Link will be in the description if Chris loves me. He's not a dick. But with all that being said, I'll see you guys. Chris, you want to give the outro to them?
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah, just fuck them. Don't ever come back. Fuck you guys.